Hello, everybody. Welcome to Walking My Wheels, the podcast that talks about anything and has absolutely no structure. Messed it up again.
Just roll with it.
I'm
just
rolling.
kidding.
I'm rolling through life with some pretty awesome friends. Thanks for your help.
Segue.
Way to roll with it.
Thank you.
He would work on a segue.
Oh, man. So these are the guys that are with me.
He wouldn't work on a segue, would he?
I'm not introducing you guys this week. You're on your own.
Hi, guys. This is Grizz here.
These are my Care Bears.
Good afternoon, interwebs.
Care Bears stare.
Absolutely.
I'm getting one right now. Not so nice.
Mm.
Angry Bears. Oh, man. Y'all need some honey in your lives.
I'm not even going to go there.
Speaking of honey, Matt celebrated an anniversary this week.
Did? Thank you.
Congratulations, sir.
Yeah, 4 years. She still hasn't decided to kill me in my sleep. It's a good thing. I am pretty exhausting. I'm sure Derek would
It crosses
agree.
her mind a lot. It really does.
Oh, I know it does.
I know. I don't even live with you, and it crosses my mind on a regular basis. So.
I'm taking your key out of your scooter and throwing it.
I
That's it.
have keys scattered through my house just in case.
Do you
happens.
really?
Yeah, absolutely.
But what happens if you are in the middle of the room?
I take the lever and I put it on freewheel, and I use my feet and kind of push the scooter forward to where I need to be. That's happened to me before.
Oh, I didn't know it had
Really?
a free.
Yeah,
That
my
sucks.
my scooter broke in the middle of my bedroom about a year ago.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh shit,
Oh,
god, like you know when Ace Ventura, when he was stuck in the rhino's ass.
Oh,
That-
that is great.
That
stuff.
just totally taught me so much about childbirth. I just won't put that out there. I'm just kidding.
But
That is classic.
that immediate Mayday. That is exactly. You start sweating. You feel like you're like, oh shoot, I'm not going to get out of this. Didn't have my phone near me. I was very scared. So I had to calm myself down and go, okay, how am I gonna get out of this? And I figured a way out. But yeah, I was definitely very nervous.
You're like MacGyver, man.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
I figure out ways. Like if I drop something on the floor, I have a pair of tongs and I use that to pick it up. But the worst is when you drop the tongs on the floor. Like, how do you
rescue your rescue device?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
How do you come back from that?
Well, you step on it and it flips up sideways, and you lean it against the side of your scooter, and you can reach just enough to catch the edge of one of the tongs with your fingers. You pull it up. Now, if you drop something flat in the ground that tongs won't take care of, well, that's son of a bitch right there. So what you got to do is you got to get some tape, and you got to wrap it around the tongs, and then you got another piece of tape and wrap it backwards around the tongs so it's sticky on the outside, and you drop it on the thing you need to pick up, and it sticks to it, and you pick it up off the ground.
So I must ask. So basically, you're saying that having muscular dystrophy kind of makes you into MacGyver and extremely good at carpentry.
Yeah, that, and I should an engineer. Didn't I say I should have been an engineer last week
Yes.
with your burrito stuff?
Yes.
Yes.
Burrito stuff.
Yeah, cook a burrito with a Hot Pocket wrapping so it'll be crispy.
Oh yeah,
Frozen burrito in the Hot Pocket.
Yeah,
pocket.
yeah, that's right.
In
I
a Hot
forgot about
Pocket
that.
pocket.
In a Hot Pocket
Yeah.
pocket. Hot Pocket squared.
Yeah. So,
Indeed.
Sounds
but yeah, man,
delicious.
it's been crazy as hell lately, and life has been crazy. So let's
Yeah.
move on. Speaking of
Actually, you know what you need though? Speaking
legs that work.
that too, but maybe a utility belt for your scooter.
Oh my gosh!
Or maybe some upper body strength.
AKA fanny pack. No way.
No.
Not
Not attached to you, but attached
To your
the
scooter.
scooter.
Yeah, it's called a basket, and that's the first thing I took off when I bought the scooter.
Well, beggars can't be choosers.
I do. I have my little man purse bag over there, and I keep all my stuff in that.
Thank you for admitting, by the way, finally that it's man purse.
No, I'm talking about something that will attach to your seat. That
Yeah, man.
the side of your seat that won't cause any issues at all. Maybe
mean-
attach it to the bottom side of the seat, like
A saddlebag.
a grabber. No, not a saddlebag.
No, he's referring to almost like,
A grabber. I've actually thought about a grabber with like magnets and like attached to the post on my front of my scooter or something. Be like, well, bam, just like somebody
Yeah.
like a holstered gun, but instead I got to pick up shit. So it's like,
can you
bam.
please make it a dinosaur?
No,
One of the dinosaur ones?
No, they don't have good gripping power.
We can change the the rubber band inside.
How about we get you one that has good gripping power, like something a grabber, but then 3D print Tyrannosaurus Rex face around it?
I like it.
I kind of like where you're going with this.
Yeah, I kind of think that you
Do that.
like it
Do that,
completely.
like, I don't know. Maybe like a stormtrooper head would be cool too.
But they miss everything.
They,
We could do a Rancor.
that's funny, man. I'm not. I don't think that's. I'm not a big fan of like Rancor characters.
You mean the one that there's been?
Well, no, all the different toys. There's several different toys. So just
okay.
that. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Smart ass.
I mean, just saying.
No, I the dinosaur had the T-Rex face or Velociraptor.
Yeah.
How about the Velociraptor when I bite down on it, like the wings, the ear wings pop out too. A little noise back.
Oh, are you talking about the? That's not a raptor. That was the acid spitting thing. What was
That's
it called?
Dilophosaurus.
Dilophosaurus.
Is that the one that Chris Pratt was friends with?
No, that's a velociraptor.
Yeah, don't they wing out when they're about to attack?
No,
No.
I'm getting me all confused. See,
you are.
so many dinosaurs.
So many dinosaurs.
Tyrannosaurus Rex. That's all I know. Stegosaurus.
Triceratops.
Brontosaurus. They make very good burgers. So the Flintstones say.
Brontosaurus burgers. Yes.
Bronto burger.
I've had a
those
steak
when
that I thought came
I've
from
always
a
wanted. Yeah, when I was
Yeah.
kid too. Yeah, definitely.
Bronto burger. Why didn't we talk about that last week on the food podcast?
About Bronto burgers.
Bronto burgers and how delicious that they probably were.
I wonder if like the Flintstone lands for Thanksgiving had Bronto burgers.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good time to talk about food, considering.
Yeah, we just came off a food episode, but Thanksgiving is this week, so we might as well just rock that.
Absolutely.
It is Thanksgiving week, and a lot of people have different ways of how they celebrate it. You know, history of Thanksgiving has been skewed through textbooks, generation after generation after generation. But
Some people
we'll
march
pop
against
into
it.
that later. But foreshadowing,
The
Dum dum.
the real Thanksgiving.
yeah.
The real dramatic music brought to you by Matt Bernstein and the mic stand.
That was fantastic, by the way. I just want to let you know that. Good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So,
How's your lemonade, buddy?
oh, it's delicious. I drink lemonade all the time. Orange juice, I'm getting back into, and right now I have a cup of hot coffee and a cup of cold lemonade. Sip one, sip the other. My voice sounds great for the podcast now. What's up, ladies? How you doing? See?
Wow.
How's that working out for you?
Turn the air on. I just got a little hot all that one.
It's like 80 degrees in here. I'm just kidding.
See, I'm heating this place up.
He's like, I'm just trying to get you guys to take off layers of clothing.
Nope. No.
Oh, yeah.
Matt about just choked on his Coke.
Right.
I know.
We're talking about Coca-Cola. Just putting that out
Let me
there.
clarify that. So, yeah. So you were. Let's get into it, man. Let's talk about Thanksgiving. Are you guys doing anything special, or what do you normally?
Actually, the first thing we need to talk about Thanksgiving is our Friendsgiving that we had.
Oh, dude, that was so awesome.
Yeah. If nobody knows what that is, we took a random day in the middle of
When was that?
balls hot August or September when it was 98 degrees outside.
I think
Yeah,
it was
August.
98 and a half. It was really hot.
Do you really count the end to half?
Yeah, it does
Okay.
make a difference.
Just like in a marathon, that 0.2 miles at the end, that will make a
Okay,
break.
yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No
Yeah.
problem.
Good debate, man. If this doesn't work out on the podcast, you should become like a debate coach, some high school somewhere,
Right.
and just yeah. Oh well, Matt would be good at it, but you'd be like, "Hey, Matt, this is the way you should do it," and he'd be like, "No," and he would win every time.
Yes.
so no, but
Yeah.
back to the
The Friendsgiving.
yeah, Friendsgiving, yes.
Yeah. Because, Thanksgiving is a time of year where people travel, days sometimes to get to family. And then once you see your family, 2 hours into it, you're like, what the hell am I getting myself into? Why am I having to spend this day with people that I don't really like?
So Jack, I love my family, so it's a hard one for me to jump on, but I've seen this stuff happen. So
Yeah.
yeah. So Friendsgiving, you're all
Yeah.
friends with them all.
He's seen a movie once.
Exactly. And you two
Sitcom.
gentlemen were part of Friendsgiving. So
Indeed.
It was fantastic. It was a good day.
It was a good day.
Your
Filled
wives
with-
are incredible cooks. So
Yeah, they know how to roll.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it was pretty rough too, because normally you eat all that food and it's kind of cool outside, and it was hot as hell, and
Yeah.
I wanted to die. It was so worth it though. It was so worth it.
It really was.
Yeah, it was a great time. The food was great. What did we have? We had the turkey.
Turkey and dressing and twice baked potatoes.
Oh, those were good. The
Mac
green
and
beans.
cheese,
Yeah, mac and cheese.
green bean casserole, corn casserole.
We had potato salad.
Yeah,
I
the
think.
cornbread
Yeah.
was freaking on point. That was stupid delicious.
Yeah,
and
it
then
was
we
all good.
had that pumpkin spice dip. It was made out of Cool Whip and pumpkin puree or whatever. And then
Yeah,
we
not a
had,
big fan of the pumpkin spicy stuff. Like
it's
the coffees and all that.
See, somebody once told me that if you took a pumpkin spice latte and put it in an UGG and you water it with vodka, Derek would grow.
That's really not funny at
I
all.
was just saying.
But thank you.
The look on your
Saying.
face was pretty priceless, though, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks.
you looked legitimately offended.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like you.
So basically,
like,
what
"Are you
Derek
calling me
is saying
basic?"
that he's not a basic bitch.
Yeah.
That's true.
So okay.
Good job.
Yeah.
So
So, but really, the point of it wasn't like all about the food. It was really about all his friends getting together and
giving thanks.
yeah, and really just appreciating the fact that we're in each other's lives, and gave me an opportunity to spend more time with your wives, which I've met
That sounds
on
awkward.
several occasions.
Wow. I'm sorry about that, by the way, Joni, Lauren.
Well, yeah. Well, you guys were
Creepy.
just. I know. Thank you for turning this into something it totally doesn't need to be. But no, like it gave me an opportunity for them to meet me and get to know me a little bit more, to see who you guys are hanging out with.
Yeah,
And,
PJ and Jacqueline
and
were
PJ,
there.
yeah, PJ and Jacqueline, who are both wonderful people, and you speak about PJ all the time,
Yeah.
who will eventually be on this podcast. But yeah, I mean, it was really about just camaraderie and becoming closer together, and you realize what's important in your life, which is friendships and.
Yeah. And then we take the thanks that we had, the Thanksgiving, the whole portrait that has been painted that is really not why anybody celebrated Thanksgiving in the first place. So it's just interesting doing some research on Thanksgiving.
Well,
So why don't you lay it down on us?
Yeah,
I mean,
seriously.
you're coming in here with like a bunch of expertise and stuff.
I know that's the second time you've bragged about how Thanksgiving is not really what we think it is, and
Yeah.
You're like,
Well, okay, so-
you're like, wake up, sheeple.
I know,
Well,
I know. I didn't know it was Easter because all you're doing is dropping Easter eggs right now. Just let us know.
that was a good one, by the way. But I'm not a fucking bunny.
Sorry, you're.
I've seen the pictures.
Well, that's a bear wearing a costume.
Oh. That is.
Oh wow!
That was good. That was good. All right. So what do you think of when you think about Thanksgiving years ago? First Thanksgiving. What have you been taught? What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Oh, taught. Oh, I was in I remember to this day. It was third grade, and I had one of those colonial hats that I made out of paper. I made it out of paper and made it myself with a lock, and I had to stand up in an auditorium and step forward and say this like 2 or 3 lines and step back. And every kid in all of third grade had to do it or something. It was excruciating for the parents, I'm sure. But I do know I did not get a participation award for it. So, but I
Yeah,
performed.
you kind of did. You made yourself a hat.
Yeah. Yeah, but I had to make it myself, so thanks for the paper. So basically it was, I don't even remember what it was, but it was, we moved to America and the Indians were like, hey, you're here. We're going to make all this food and we're going to eat it together and we're going to be best buds. And that's really what I learned about Thanksgiving as a child.
That's what I kind of learned as a child.
Yeah. As I've
And
gotten
as you get
older.
you learn the truth, and it's way darker and
Yeah.
it's kind of
like-
stuff.
Where
It's
your jaw drops and
It's
you
like,
go,
here, have this blanket.
I know. There were tomahawks involved?
Wow.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Wednesday Addams little thing that happens in the second Addams Family movie when she goes to summer camp, and the Indians actually don't accept the friendship of the white people. And
They burn the place
everything
down. Yes.
That's awesome.
Fantastic. You ever seen Adam Family Values?
No, I haven't seen that one. I saw the first one, but I never saw the second one.
What?
Second one was great.
Was it? All right.
It was really good.
I'll make it happen.
So, yeah, the traditional thing that everybody's been taught, you have the people coming off the boat, the Puritans, with the hat with the buckle on it. And then you have the Indians that are, like, coming out of the woods with bountiful, like,
Wheat.
yeah, just
Wheat and corn.
The cornucopia, if you will.
let's eat. Well, that happened once, and that was it. So we have to go back some 402 years ago, 1614. Some Puritan explorers landed up in Massachusetts Bay, where they got a bunch of Indians, and we're going to take them back to Europe and sell them as slaves.
Oh, how lovely.
Yeah, they just took them. We're going to sell them. Only one survived smallpox, and they brought him back because he was Indian, knew the language and everything, could negotiate. So he comes back and negotiates with the current Indians there. And they...
Oh, Indians also, because they were called Indians because Christopher Columbus has a really good sense of direction and, thought he was actually in India when, in fact, he actually hit
Wasn't his goal to
America.
drive boat around the world or something like that?
Yeah, his goal was to find a shorter route to India for trade.
Correct.
Instead of going down around the southern tip of Africa, around the Horn, which was extremely dangerous. It's very, it's a very dangerous trade route because of the weather there.
Yeah.
And it took an extreme amount of time, so he wanted to go the other direction because, they're like, oh, we never heard of, the Americas.
I remember
find a way around.
I remember being asked that question. She posed that question to the class when I was very young, and I'm the one that got it right. I specifically. Wow, thanks for bringing that memory back.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
So also, he wasn't the first one, by the
and
way,
the-
but that's
but
besides
yeah,
the point.
The tribe that was there was the Pawtex, and I do apologize if I mispronounced that. But the man's name that they used was Squanto, was the one that negotiated a peace treaty with the existing Puritans that came back looking for the financial, religious freedom, and also the freedom of the power-hungry system, government that was in Europe at the time.
Right.
Monarchy, you had first-class citizens and you had third-class citizens. They didn't want that. They wanted not just religious freedom, but also to share everything together. Socialism / communism.
Okay.
Kind of before those were a thing. Actually, it was already existed because it goes back to ancient Rome times, kind of the dark days of Rome. But so they go back, and all of the people in Europe, the British, the Puritans, because the Puritans kind of separated themselves. I know that they were British, but they
were British, but they just didn't, different
Yeah.
beliefs.
yeah, they kept hearing all these things.
Yeah, they
about-
wanted to separate from the church because of where the church was going or something like that.
Yeah,
Right.
so they wanted to be their own people. So they call themselves the Puritans. But everybody back home in Europe was hearing all these wonderful things about how great paradise is. So they just started showing up by the boatloads.
No pun intended.
Well, it was literally by boatloads. So
Yeah.
it was-
Pun intended. I'll
Pun
take that back.
he was being factual there.
So they weren't told about.
Whoa.
So they weren't told about Roanoke then.
No.
Okay, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Y'all
by
need
the
to
way.
GTS that right
Yeah,
now.
the
Or
island-
actually, wait till listen to the whole podcast.
Island of Roanoke.
Yep, Island of Roanoke.
GTS
Blow
it.
your freaking mind.
Yeah.
Wow, where'd they go? Hashtag aliens. Okay, go.
It's aliens.
I know.
man. Okay, so the the Puritans start showing up by the boatloads, and there was more people there at the time than to govern by the mayor, and I should have wrote that guy's name down. I do apologize.
We'll call him Mr. Mayor for story's sake.
Yeah, the
Mr. Mayor.
guy
His
in
name
charge.
again is Mr. Mayor.
Since there was no the land was just open. There was no gates or fences or anything
Yeah.
You know? And so they just took land.
Yeah.
Puritans, they just took
This is mine.
Native Americans' land.
Yeah.
There was nothing. So the treaty then that...
Were they carrying oil through it?
Wow.
Oh, no, sorry, I'll bring it back.
Yeah. So the treaty
Well,
that
probably for
Squanto,
like lamps and stuff.
the aforementioned Squanto god, that was kind of relationship between the first Puritans and the Indians, that treaty was broken, and then all hell broke loose.
Yeah.
Well, then it was just Indian. That's when the Indian Wars happened. Late 1600s. So the Puritans, who turned into the first colonials in the New World, their celebration of Thanksgiving was when they would have a day of celebration the day after they slaughtered a bunch of Indians.
So Thanksgiving originally was just celebrating killing all these Indians.
Yes, for thanking God for providing this land and taking it from.
Thank you for giving us the black powder, muskets and things, and to fight these people who are already here. By the way,
and then our first president, George Washington, said that we need to only celebrate it once a year.
Yeah.
Instead of after every time that we
let's just do one kill a year.
It's like college where it's like every Thursday you're partying.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's Thursday.
Thirsty Thursday.
So after doing a little bit of research on this,
Ladies drink free.
And again, I don't trust sources too much to give me 100% of the view, because after the past elections, everything kind of feels like it's skewed.
Yes.
People are only trying to do one thing. So
yeah, every an ounce of information is just from a point of view for an agenda.
So if
the truth.
Any of our listeners out here want to add or take away from what I'm talking about, please do so on our social outlets. We would love to hear back from you.
Absolutely.
So
don't be all angry and swearing at us either. I mean, we're people just like you.
So
don't turn into the internet, please.
Exactly.
Don't be typical.
And then the traditional November 25th was not hammered down until...
Was that Andrew Jackson?
Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, and the day after he signed that or whatever made Thanksgiving November 25th, U.S. soldiers marched on a tribe in Minnesota that was starving. So,
and what they do, slaughter them?
Yeah. So, or marched on them to move them to a different location where they are now. So,
I mean, there was a few different ways that we slaughtered them. It was like, we'll give you land. Let's put you on top of rocks that you can't farm on.
Exactly.
Just let you starve.
I know.
Yeah.
Didn't see that one coming.
You can make some tomahawks with it.
Yeah, the whole idea of Thanksgiving that it was founded on is just... I felt a little dirty after I read it, because I know that, because we were just talking about Friendsgiving, and Thanksgiving is about giving thanks. It's about, giving thanks about your friends, giving thanks about what you have gone through, what you're going through, regardless of your religious view. You have to have some kind of thankfulness as to, being where you are in life in general. So,
this reminds me of something funny. You were just saying feeling dirty. My friend. No. This is in relation to Thanksgiving. It was talking about Native Americans, and it was like my friend Quentin has a friend Igor that grew up overseas, but he speaks multiple languages. He speaks English fluently. So when he came over to high school, he's going to high school in New York City, and they were like learning something in like history, just because it was around the Thanksgiving time, about Native Americans and stuff. And he was like saying, "Oh yeah, like you mean how like they were given like smallpox blankets and all this stuff," and like he got like thrown out of class because the alternate history that he learned, like the history he learned there, was much closer to what actually happened than what is taught in the curriculum, in schools here.
Yeah, I don't understand why we have to sugarcoat what actually happened.
Oh, that's been like that. It's just propaganda. It's been like that. I mean,
we don't sugarcoat the Spanish Inquisition. That's pretty.
Well, that's another country. So
exactly.
So I think we need to be careful before we go down this rabbit hole of this could easily turn into how the government changes textbooks and all that to not really fully tell you the truth about everything, because none of it's really real. that you learn in history class. I mean, you're
Yeah.
getting,
Well, you don't. It's not that you don't learn. You don't think. Well, I
even
mean, when you
like slavery, you don't know the truth about how that worked. You know.
I mean, there was, it's
I'm not saying
selective. It's not that they're like you're not being told like truthful facts. It's just selective.
Yeah.
Let's just
Yeah.
put it that way.
Yeah, slavery was not the main reason that the Civil War happened.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That's horrible.
But
It was a
should
huge
never-
reason,
should
a
never
part
have
of it,
happened.
but it
Let's-
was a huge part of it. But it wasn't the only reason. There was a lot
yeah.
there.
But let's pull it back, guys. I really don't want to go down this rabbit hole right now. I really don't. So let's take it. I mean, we're already dumping a lot of. We bring up the Thanksgiving and how important it is to show love and thanks for what you do have in your life. However, when you look at the history of it, and we don't mean to be negative, and bring a different view upon you, but I mean, at the end of the day, people kind of do need to know the truth about things, and we're not the ones to say you should all know and come out and spout it out of you, because it's kind of little bit depressing to hear this about it. If any of you listeners did not know this, we don't mean to scar you or change your view or ruin your Thanksgiving, but I think it's something that needs to be kind of known, and just be thankful for what you have amidst this, but be thankful for the right reasons, but understand where it came from.
And that being
Good
said,
job, sir.
it's also one of those things. It's we're not that society anymore. I mean, there's a lot of hate that's going on. Of course, we can't just pretend it doesn't happen, because anybody looks at their Facebook feed lately, you see that. But also, you see that there's people standing up for each other. I mean, the outpour for another atrocity against native lands. There's a joke about it, with oil going through before with the Dakota Access Pipeline. There's been a huge outpouring in the entire country, for that, to protect the lands and protect their water, because let's face it, we are in a different time. People are a lot better than they were, before. There's, we have a lot higher standard of living. But, at the same time, you have to kind of take into consideration everything that has happened in the past as well. So
Exactly. Just be aware.
Yeah, you gotta be open. You gotta open your mind. You gotta open your heart. Just know.
Yep.
Exactly. That's exactly why we wanted to talk about Thanksgiving, not necessarily to go into that, but we do need to be more mindful of other people. We do need to be more thankful of what we have.
I think, it's an approach with love. It's, we're not coming at it like, we're not coming at it like a slanted angle you'd see on MSNBC or Fox, or we're not trying to put our slight on it and be like, yeah, screw you, this is what it really was. Suck it, hate life. Rah. We're not doing that. It's
metal.
This, I know, right? Throw up the horns, yeah. It's we come at it as, at the end of the day, yes, this sucked, but now
look how much more vastly improved we are, as a society compared to where we came from.
Yeah, and something like this, I don't think would necessarily happen in America. I don't think it'd be allowed to happen. I'm sure it's happening in other countries, which isn't being reported. But genocide and things like that. I mean, that's
right.
So the world is a freaking mess,
Yeah,
and, and this kind of stuff gets glossed over, and
if you don't know about it, you kind of can't. Well, anything with history, you kind of deny it or don't pay attention to it. You don't learn from it, and you don't keep it from happening again.
Well, in 50 years, in 50 to 100 years, what's happening now will probably be glossed over and rewritten or pulled up from the internet, because there'll be programs that can do that and wipe the internet of any type of history regarding things. And now what you do see on the internet, I hate it that I'm at this point in my life. I literally don't believe anything I read on the internet. It could be completely true, and I
generally have to read anything, and I have to go check my sources.
Yeah.
So if I see something, especially with memes, with quotes and stuff, I'm like, all right, let's Snopes this. Let's see what Snopes. Well, Snopes is also, they're not 100% accurate, but let's see if somebody's actually done some legwork here, or you try to do some legwork, because you can't just read something and just accept it as truth. And so many people do. Cracks me up. Actually, there was a thing that was that most people don't even read the article, that's shared, is that most people just read the headline and then post in the comments and have an opinion on it. And
I had a friend who recently, she's very, very, very anti-Hillary. So she said, "Look, even the Huffington Post is talking about it, and it said horrible things that why Hillary shouldn't be president." And so I was like, I'll bite. So I click on it, and it was like all these wonderful things Hillary has done over the past like 20 years. And I was just laughing. I was like, oh my God, she didn't even read the article.
Well, what was funniest part was that article that I saw that was like going over the statistic. It was like something like 86% of people just comment on the post without actually clicking the article and reading it. It had some bogus headline, and there was like tons of comments, on the headline. But if you actually clicked on it and read it, it was just like, oh, yeah. So, and it even says like, go look at the comments to see how many people actually didn't read this, just as like, kind of a social experiment. And it was insane how many people were like replying to people like, please just read the article.
I know.
Like, please.
There was one that it was a picture. It was an overhead shot from Woodstock in '69, and the headline was, "Look at all the people. Look what's not on the news about the Dakota Access Pipeline."
Yeah, it was Woodstock.
Yeah, and
really 400,000 people are there, guys.
And the thing about it is, it said Woodstock on the little picture. You had to if you really wasn't paying attention, you just shared it, and
that's the crap. That's the crap.
I share some stuff I know isn't factual just to.
Thank you. Just adding to the problem. Just adding to the problem.
Listen, I may be adding to the problem, but it helps me weed them out.
Yeah.
So
going back to Thanksgiving,
yes,
we're going to draw it back in. We're going to get away from the whole relationship with the Indians. What actually,
I think
Native Americans.
Native Americans. Thank you. Sorry, I do apologize. So pulling back from that, a lot of people that I did some research on regarding Thanksgiving and what people are actually thankful for.
I'm sorry, I'm going to make a horrible joke here just because it popped in my head, so I got to do it. What if there was a handicapped Native American? Would it be offensive to call him a crippled Indian? No? Yes? No? What if I was Native American?
Maybe they're a differently capable Native American. How about that?
There we go. I'll go with it.
Differently capable Native American.
I'm not going to edit that one out. It might be offensive. If I offended somebody, I apologize. But I'm just trying to make
there's
funny.
no editing out of this.
Yeah. I was just trying to make a joke.
So we're going to go away from the Native Americans on this.
All right.
And what people actually say that they were thankful for. That was a horrible joke, by the way, Derek.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I am a little
I'm ashamed of being friends with you right now.
So
wow.
again,
I feel kind of dirty. You talked about that earlier.
So again, the Puritans came over because they wanted religious freedom and also, freedom from the hierarchy society of, greed and all that. They wanted everybody to have equal shares of everything. So they came over, they set everything up, and that blew up in their face because there were people that worked twice as hard as the people that wouldn't work at all, but everybody would get the same share. So the lands wouldn't get tended as well. That's where a lot of people starved, from the history books. They didn't survive like the first 2 winters or the first 3 winters. So then that's when they said, scrap this. We're going to give everybody their own land, and you're going to have to tend it and provide for yourself. So a lot of thing is free trade, free market, the free man. That's what a lot of people go back to when they talk about Thanksgiving, is that's kind of why it started as well. They go back to that as well. So
okay,
that's another view of why Thanksgiving is what it is, because of having to get away from that communism effect, socialism kind of thing that didn't work, and we about starved because that experiment didn't happen right.
Because people were lazy.
Right. Exactly.
Well, what comes all the way to today's times is, you need to work to succeed.
Yeah.
You can't just sit on your butt and have stuff given to you. We're talking about you, millennials.
Well, you sit
I'm
on
millennial.
your butt.
You sit on your ass all the time.
You
but
sit
I get
on your
things
ass all
done.
the time.
I get things done, man.
That's awesome, though.
You're welcome.
Why can't people be more like you?
Because they like walking.
Some people don't.
Some people
wow. don't. Oh, no.
We're ruffling all kinds of feathers today, man.
Oh, man.
You guys are a couple of scumbags.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
Kids stay in school, work hard, make money.
Don't be like Derek.
All right. So
Not because he has muscular dystrophy, just because, wow. Just wow.
Well, let's kind of wrap things up here. I kind of want to go around it being Thanksgiving. I think before we wrap it up, I'd like to hear, what you're thankful this year, while you're carving into your turkey, while you're carving into your turkey, what you're thankful for and what you'll be thinking about, and
what about, or your tofurkey if you're down with that.
It's going to be the tits anyway.
No, it's not a turkey. It's turkey flavored tofu.
I'm going to go ahead and jump in and start this out because 2016 has been a great year for some people, a shitty year for other people.
Yeah.
For me and the Griswolds, we have purchased a new home this year.
Yes. Beautiful home.
We have I started the podcast with you guys, so thankful for that. I got a kick-ass promotion at work. Always love my old job, or what I did there, but and sold the old piece of crap car and got another one. So other than my bike being broke since May.
Struggling with the bike. Get that.
What Grizz is not thankful for is gaskets.
Get the leaky gaskets.
No, stators.
And stators.
Yeah. Voltage regulators that will not charge the battery correctly. So
fun.
I don't know if it's a whole wiring issue, but I'm not thankful for that, but I have way more to be thankful for than what not to be thankful for. And I'm thankful for, we've always been kind of friends. I mean, Matt go back a couple years. Me and Derek go back a little further than that. But, yeah, I mean, if we only have 20 listeners a month or a podcast, I don't care. It's worth every second of just hanging out with you guys, doing some research on this. I don't know. That's about it. I just want to thank you guys. And I celebrate my 16th wedding anniversary to my beautiful wife this month. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah. The day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, will be my 16th wedding anniversary.
So that's when they go to war. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always love your war pictures on Black Friday.
Hashtag face paint. No pun intended.
You got to put some face paint on now.
Yeah, they're serious about They're serious Black Friday. So I don't have that kind of energy. I'm just like, man, they're just go-getters. I just want to take a nap.
Man, it used to be so much fun, though. Like,
it's not anymore, dude.
No,
it's
because...
a joke. I just go online. You buy all the stuff online.
The thing about it is what was fun is when it would open up at midnight.
Hold on. This is another podcast.
Really, man?
Yeah, this...
Really?
Oh,
You're really cutting off? Wow.
Really?
Wow.
No.
It's like, hold on. You're not allowed to talk.
It used to open up at midnight or 6 a.m. I remember volunteering at Profits and handing out the Cracker Jack boxes.
Yes.
For the 50% off for the diamond ring and all that stuff. They'd have like 5 or 6. And then it was really fun at midnight because we would go to Toys R Us, then we'd go to Target, then we'd go to Walmart, then we'd go to Waffle House and eat breakfast, and then we'd hit the mall at 6 a.m. when it opened up.
Yep.
We'd be done by like 11, go home and take a nap. But now opening up at 6 o'clock on a Thanksgiving afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You're still eating. Football's still on.
A lot of spots are not doing that this year.
That's another thing that I'm thankful for about is football. Roll Tide. That's all I got to say.
There we go.
Yeah.
Right on.
So I'm done. Sorry, I just kicked your mic stand.
That's right. That happens. I think we're both attached to the same mic stand. So.
Yeah. I'm just going to turn my mic off now. I'm going to shut the hell up.
Wow. You hear that? You actually heard the
you really
visible.
Clicked right off.
You clicked right off.
I'm just kidding.
And he's back.
And he's back. Welcome back.
Okay. And what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for a little bit of everything, I mean, like family, I have a great supportive family, not only just, like my family, but, extended family as well, it's called, family of the heart, people who aren't necessarily blood related or, it's people that you've made family, as well. I'm glad that I have people in my life that I can consider that. That work, I work for a great company, I can't complain, I've probably place where I can see myself retiring from, and not a lot of people could say that. I have a lot of friends that sit around, and I've seen people just go after job after job after job looking for what they're looking for, and they're not content, and I'm content. I think that's more than anything. I'm just thankful that I'm content, with what I have in my station in life, which is something, unfortunately, not a lot of people can say these days.
Yeah, right.
So
that's pretty awesome, man.
But what about you?
I'm really thankful for my friends. It's been since been divorced. This will be my It's been my third Thanksgiving. Second Thanksgiving divorced. Third Thanksgiving after the decision was made. So, I'm very thankful for my friends. I have tremendous support from my family, but none of them live here. But they're only a phone call away, and I'm very close with them. So, but I truly have wonderful, wonderful people in my life that make me feel important in their lives and validate me as a person. It gets difficult. It's been a hard year for me, but like I said, or like you said earlier, I mean, things like this podcast has definitely given me a purpose and kind of a guidance. I've been very busy going and doing things. Last weekend I was down in Florida for a music festival. I was down in Florida for a wedding a few months back. I went to see Bill Burr. My sister was in town. Tonight I'm going to see Mark Maron in Nashville. Then, in a couple weeks my mom's going to be in town for the weekend. So, I mean, I'm very busy. My birthday's coming up. Thanksgiving, I'm going to a friend's house. So I'm staying busy, and that a lot of that is because I have friends that care and want me to be a part of their lives and want to do things with me. Like even something as stupid as a few weeks back when you're like, hey, we're going to get a slice of pizza at New York Pizza Department. Like that kind of stuff. I'm just sitting around doing nothing and getting a call from my friend saying, hey, you want to hang out today? That stuff is awesome. And so I get that, and it means a lot. So through this shit and turmoil of life, my friends have been there to keep a smile on my face and keep me looking forward and keeping me with a positive outlook on life, because it's easy to slip and get sad sometimes, and not being in a relationship with a woman. I mean, I know it's not a fulfilling thing all the time, and being with the wrong person is not healthy, but when you have people in your life that just love you regardless and just want to be your friend, and they tell you that they care for you and love you, that's really what I'm thankful for. So, especially to you two, thank you for being my friends. It's really shit went tear up.
You want me to blow you a kiss and make you feel a lot better about that?
No, that'll have a completely different effect on me.
Exactly, but you wouldn't tear up. Hold on. Love you, guy.
It's all better.
It's all better now.
It's all better.
He's like, I hate this scumbag.
I know, right? So I'm really thankful for my friends, and I love them very much, and they've really been an important part of my life. So thank you guys.
Oh, no problem.
And any of my friends that maybe listen to this podcast, you know who you are, and friends and family, you know who you are, and just thank you for being a part. That's really what I'm thankful for. So they're my speed bumps that have turned into jumps. So with that said, anything you wanna say before we go?
Just everybody have a wonderful Thanksgiving. # be love. Regardless if your Thanksgiving is with friends or family, just make sure you tell them you love them.
It's important. Anything you need to say?
No. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, pretty much I think Grizz kind of covered it,
Yeah.
It's just, we talk about today some pretty nasty things that have happened in the past.
Yes.
It's still a good time to be thankful. Kind of brings you closer to family and friends, and no matter where you are in the world, you have family and friends everywhere, that probably care about you, and that's something worth being thankful for.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, man, kicks off the holiday season. I am pumped. We got Black Friday, so people need to be careful out there. Don't overspend. Do overeat. It's one day of the year that I do condone that.
Overeat.
Enjoy
like a
it.
Beast.
Watch football. Have a nice cold beverage of your choice.
Oh,
eggnog, Christmas music. There you go.
This actually reminds me of the other. We actually had a Friendsgiving with a couple of with my wife's friends, as well, and my friends too. But we went over there and it was great. We all got there, and this is kind of like typical. And I thought you guys really planned this out. We were gonna hang out. They were like, yeah, we're gonna get some drinks. Get a little drunk and shit. And we ate like dinner at like 7, and about like 7:15, everybody was just like passed the hell out.
Yes.
I was like, yeah, you probably should have thought about that before you gave everybody tryptophan.
Right.
Geniuses.
So real one last quick question before we go. You said, Thanksgiving, then you start the Christmas music. Do you listen to Christmas music at all?
No, but our Christmas tree is already up. So.
Okay, so you have one. So I was going to say favorite Christmas album, but...
Favorite Christmas album?
Album.
No, I don't have a favorite Christmas album. I do have a favorite Christmas song.
Which is?
It's the one that Darkness did a few years ago. What is it called? The damn song.
Okay. Song by Darkness.
You know The Darkness? The guys who did I Believe in a Thing Called Love?
Yeah, they're horrible.
Oh, man. They're fantastic.
Okay, favorite Christmas album.
Favorite Christmas song, It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year by Andy Williams.
I can go with the full album. The Muppets with John Denver, A Christmas Together. Beautiful.
You're going to make fun of my album.
No, dude, I'm Muppets
I
album.
hope it's ZZ Top.
No, it's even worse than that. This is an album. It was made in 1983. It's Amy Grant, her Christmas album.
No, man, she's legit. She's legit. So
Right on. Oh, by the way, it's called Darkness. The song is Christmas Time. Don't Let the Bells End.
there we go. All right. On that note, guys, happy Thanksgiving. Have a wonderful day. We'll be back next week with another podcast. And always remember, everybody, even a speed bump can be a jump.
Thank you for supporting Walking in My Wheels. You can listen to us on iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube. Also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. If you have something to say, email us at walkinginmywheels@gmail.com. Keep being awesome people and #BeLove.